So I'm going to take you a little walk through our garden. This is April 16th. It is a little bit cool and chilly. What you're looking at right now is my favorite hydrangea. It's a golden oak leaf hydrangea. Very pretty. You can see in there. These are going to actually bloom. And with the oak leaves you get those real conical blooms. As you can see, this is one of our other ones. You can see the bloom starting to form there. Very pretty oak leaf. You can see all the other hydrangeas are starting to bloom. These are some endless summers, lots of buds. The Weigelia over there, blooming very pretty. It's one of my favorites. It's a Japanese hydrangea. For 2 years it was only about 3 inches tall, but the last couple of years it's really budded out nicely. Over here is a lady in red. Really not known for the most spectacular blooms, but the real reddish stems and leaves are really quite pretty. This guy, I can't remember what it is, but I always like it because the leaves are so shiny. Pretty neat. This is one of Kate's gardens out front. It is a lot of columbine, which is a perennial that will live for maybe 3 years. And but it will reseed vigorously, and like usually these plants, they get to this size, they're about done, and they'll of course seed, but we'll see new plants next year. Beautiful delicate flowers. You can see, very neat. Lots of them. Nice beautiful spring flower. Beautiful stand of money plant this year. That's these purple biennials. Really cool. First year they come up, they sort of look like that. And then the next year they'll bloom. And they're called money plant because the blooms, once they dry, they form little seed pods which look like coins. This is the main hydrangea garden where I've propagated most of mine. And most of the hydrangeas in the yard came from over here. This guy is sort of one of my other pride and joys. It's an oak leaf hydrangea. As you can see how sort of big he is. You can see the leaves, called oak leaves because they sort of look like oak leaves. It's going to have a lot of nice blooms. The blooms are cone shaped and probably anywhere from 12 to 18 inches long. This is a variegated hydrangea. Not particularly stunning blooms, sort of a lace cap varietal. This guy's sort of like the grandpa of all the varietals, all the variegated hydrangeas I have in the yard. These oak leaves over here are from a local park that we were given permission to take some small samples of oak leaves that were growing wild. You can see the leaves are a little bit smaller and the blooms are still cone shaped, but they are nowhere near as big as the other oak leaf hydrangea I have. Very neat looking. Of course, during the fall the leaves will get real burgundy. Very pretty. This is called a moon glow climbing hydrangea, and you can see the leaves have like a little bit of silver quality to them. The newer leaves start out really a little bit more green, as you can see. It will bloom. As you can see, the small little blooms being formed right there. But as the leaves get older, they'll get this little silver quality. It is a climber, and it's just sort of going everywhere right now. Coming down through here are some of our azaleas, which, if you see the walkway there, they've almost covered up the walkway. In full bloom right now. Absolutely stunning. Over here is one of my little winter gardens. This is all hellebores, Lenten roses. You can see they've really taken over nicely. It's a columbine. I'll show you more of those a little bit later. There's, of course, Dunkel making his way through the garden. Tromp, tromp. This is a dappled willow, which I thought was really pretty cool. I needed to trim it back, but I failed to do so, but that's okay. I like the size. This is our contorted filbert, Henry Lauder's walking stick. It really is more magnificent in the wintertime when it has no leaves. Pretty cool. Coming on up here is my Coosa dogwood, which will bloom a little bit later. Coming around, you can see all the other camellias, which most of them have already bloomed. And last but not least, the garden wouldn't be a garden without a lot of hard work. 10 yards of mulch, forkful by forkful. Forkful by sweaty forkful. Right, Kate?